is that it's eating the foods that you want to eat, but eating them sitting down slowly and mindfully. You know, one of the practices that they suggested in the conference was to put your fork down between bites. You know, I think that was pretty torturous, but, you know, that's one way of eating mindfully. Okay, just like you ate mindfully, you ate that raisin mindfully. If you can eat your food mindfully, as hard as it is a much better and much more satisfying process. You know, that's why the name of the book is A Guide to Rediscovering a Healthy and Joyful Relationship with Food. Really, we should be enjoying our food, and we really will only enjoy it if we eat it mindfully. They call the word, one expression is a party in the mouth. Requires attention in the mouth. The mind has to be invited and actually be present for the mouth to have a party. Our mouth will not enjoy the food unless our minds are present and focused on it. On this handout, just a few extra things. It talks about things you might try, like smaller plates. Reminding yourself it's okay to leave food on your plate and take it home. Another thing they talked a lot about was taking 2/3 of what you think you want onto your plate. Because sometimes our stomach hunger index is really higher than we really is, and we think we're hungrier than we are. So if we take 2/3 of how hungry we think we are, the amount of food, then that's a good suggestion. And then eat, in other words, in the next page, eat to satisfaction, not to full. So satisfaction is really, we only know how satisfied we are, again, if we're really mindfully paying attention to our senses and to our stomach. We can nourish the heart without food, okay? And that's the whole thing. We want to be able to nourish the heart. And of course, finding ways to nourish our heart through, what are some ways that in here that you have found that you nourish your heart? Can anybody give me an example? Yeah. Walking. Wonderful. Especially in nature, right? Walking in nature nourishes your heart.
Seeing Dory.
Dory's her dog. That's my dog. She's a golden retriever. Pets are wonderful, wonderful sources of nourishment. Yes. Right, gardening is a very powerful form of nourishment if you love it. Yes. Music, absolutely. Music is a great comfort.
Spending time with family,
exactly. These are things that we can do to nourish our heart, and that is very important. Okay? Number 11 on the handout talks about don't try to change everything when you try to start eating mindfully. A small change today can result in a big change tomorrow, okay? Eating one meal a day a little slower. That's a step with attention to the mouth. So even eating one meal a day a little slower with attention to the mouth. Eating the first 3 bites of any dish in silence, slowly, and with full attention. Just that alone is a big step to mindful eating. Okay, and here, these are the other suggestions there, and they're right there, so I won't go over them all. And again, it's okay to feel empty, hungry, bored. It's okay to feel those feelings, and that's the thing that Maureen was talking about so well, that mindfulness is allowing our feelings. We think, I get nervous. I used to get nervous, I'm going to get hungry. If I don't eat now, I'll be hungry later. Thinking, well, can I handle that hunger? Can I handle that feeling? Can I handle that emptiness? Can I handle that, those feelings? Yeah. And that's the powerful piece of mindfulness, is allowing what we feel, sitting with what we feel, not feeling like we have to feed it what we feel. Okay, then it talks about practices related to mindful eating, being present with the breath, which is what Maureen talked about, even doing a body scan. How many of you have heard of body scans where you, yeah, great, where you just try to pay attention to your shoulders, tighten them and relax them, and each part of your body, and that relaxes your body. Those are things that are really very healing and helpful. And the last page talks about mindful eating and gives you some good resources. So, and I also had a page in there, as Ellen mentioned, that I'm going to be starting a mindful eating group at my practice. And my practice, and there's a page in there that talks about my practice, is conveniently located right across the street in the CEO office building. So the phone number is on there, I believe. Is the phone number on that handout? Yeah. Phone number is on there, so I would love to hear from you. And that's where my practice is. And also that first Wednesday of every month, from 6 to 7:30, I'm going to do a mindful eating group. So it's just once a month, and it's just going to be about talking about whether any of these techniques can help us during the month. It's like a discussion group. Pardon? Oh yeah, there is a charge for that. We do, for groups, we do $20.
So 20 a month.
Yeah.
Such a low price.
Now, what a bargain.
Wonderful.
So that's a mindful eating group, and I kind of, again, set that up as much for myself as for anybody, because we need to remind ourselves to be mindful, to stay in the moment, because, again, habits are very, very hard to break. Eating fast, eating mindlessly, that's a habit that's very hard to break. So this would be a group that would support us, and we could talk about how we're doing with that. So anybody have any questions?
One thing I was wondering, Liz, Bob, did we stop there? We have